Hi, my name's Tushar Kumar, the creator of Grad Rush. We'll be doing a quick tutorial for the game. This is a 2-player strategy board game. Your goal is to get your students from one side of the board to the other in order to graduate. In the box we have the board, the rule book, which we'll be going over, but there are more detailed descriptions if you need them, the die markers and click punch-out tokens, the cards, and finally the credit tokens. We'll start by removing the blank cards. These are used if you lose a card and need a replacement, or better yet, you can get creative and make your own cards. We're now going to find the midpoint of the two decks, which should be the average Joe card. There should be two separate decks that look identical. Let's start setting up the board. We're going to lay it out and then shuffle the two decks and place them in the designated area for each player. Next, we'll take the credit tokens and place them on the 0 for each player. Both players will draw 5 cards as their starting hand. You may put the cards back into the deck and shuffle for a new 5 cards. This is known as a mulligan. You can also take a mulligan when you have a turn with no actions. At the start of every turn, we will draw until we have 5 cards, gain 5 credits, and advance our students in that order. Credits are like a currency you use to play your cards. The top left of the card shows its cost. This is the amount of credits you need in order to play that card. We'll play Skater Bro, which takes 2 credits, and then use the remaining 3 credits to play Boy with the Big Backpack. I have now finished my turn and will tell my opponent that it's their turn to go. My opponent will go through the same actions as me. It's worth noting that students are always played to the first row, also known as a semester. It's our turn again, and we will begin drawing until we have 5 cards, gain 5 credits, and then advance our students forward. Students move forward based on their speed, the number in the bottom left. If they have 3 speed, like the Skater Bro, they will move 3 spaces forward. The students in front move first, and if there are any that tie for the front, the students in the left move first. My opponent decides to play nothing. This allows them the option of a mulligan, like we discussed earlier. We have now entered our first face-off. A face-off occurs when your student lands on the space of the opponent's student. When a face-off occurs, the 2 students enter a rock-paper-scissors style battle based on their clicks, the icon on the top right. You can see who wins the face-off by looking at the circular diagram on the board. The winner of the face-off will remain, and the loser will go to their dropout pile. It is worth noting that if a student is in a face-off in their last 2 rows, losing counts as a tie. We'll talk more on ties later. I'm going to play my social climber. This student has an enrollment ability, which means it does something when it is first played. The social climber gains extra GPA when played. We'll keep track of that using the GPA die marker. The social climber will get 1 GPA increase because there is 1 rival dropout. It's worth mentioning that you should keep in mind what column, also known as a hallway, your students are played to, since this will determine what face-off they will enter later on. When there is a face-off where both students have the same click, the winner is determined by who is moving at that moment. Now that my Skater Bro has entered his 8th semester, he is now ready to graduate. The GPA, the number on the bottom right, determines how close you are to winning. You'll need your graduates to have a total of 10 GPA to win. I'll continue with moving my students. The prankster is in front, so it moves first, followed by the social climber. My social climber has 2 spaces to move, but the prankster is in front. In a situation like this, the social climber will push the prankster forward, simply referred to as pushing. My opponent gains 6 credits instead of 5. This is because you get an additional credit for every rival graduate. Three-Faced Thespian has a habit ability. All habit abilities activate before your draw each turn. His ability changes his click, which we'll take note of using the click punch-out token. My opponent plays the 3 o'clock Stampede card. This is an event. You can tell it's an event by the calendar icon on the top right, and because it has no GPA or speed. An event is a single-use card that takes place and goes to your dropout pile. The prankster has a dropout ability. This takes effect when he drops out. His ability takes others with him when he drops out, removing anyone 1 space away from him. You're now ready to play Grad Rush. Good luck, have fun, stay in school, and have a great summer.